What is up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today, we're not playing Marvel Champions, which I normally do. We are doing a review of the novel Soulfyre by Samantha Nell. I know I haven't done a book review in a while, so I'm a little rusty. But first, we're going to do some intro thoughts. Nothing that'll have any spoilers, and then after that, we will go into spoiler talk and other things, which I'll get into detail. Let's start with the intro thoughts. If you enjoy stuff like astral travel, fae and elves, elemental magic, and slow burn romance, then this book is for you. Even if you like one of those four things, it'll work for you. Samantha has hit a really good mark for each category she advertises for her book. As a reader, I really enjoyed it. As a fellow writer, I nitpicked as I usually do, but that did not persuade me from stopping the book anytime while reading it. Nothing got too boring, nothing got really confusing, nothing disinterested me, if I think is the word I want. It kept my attention. She really hits the mark for her comparisons to the Witcher fights and scenes in her TikTok videos and the Avatar The Last Airbender that she advertises. And the smut isn't in my top genres to read, but I enjoy branching out for other indie authors. The rest of the book had me hooked, and the deeper story is what will probably bring me back. Please check it out. The link will be in the details below. Now, to go into further review of the book, that may have spoilers. I will discuss the book. I said that was weird, I'm sorry, but there's spoilers ahead, so please stop watching the video if you don't want to know that. Now, I like to write down my thoughts after each chapter and later discuss in a video, which is right here. Sometimes I have more to say if I remember my thoughts, others I don't have much to say at all. So, here we go. So, Chapter 1, a good intro to a wider world. It gives a brief intro to the magic of the world and also Terran's inner circle. That's facts. I have nothing to add to that. Chapter 2, I can tell the author was ready to write this story. She has taken the time to really polish this and make every detail sound right with her own words. I'm assuming the thunder heard at the end of the chapter was from the male main character from the previous chapter, which was very nice. Very nice touch. Not touch, but making the world feel alive, I guess. Chapter 3, the first meeting of the lovers was what I expected. She fell into his arms on the dance floor. The author has a good... I'm reading this way too fast, I'm sorry. She fell into his arms on the dance floor, which kind of... Oh, I can't think of the word. Is kind of cliche, but she wrote it. She wrote it well enough that it didn't bother me. I think she has a good world building. It's not just about the two main characters. There's a much bigger world building up within the story already in Chapter 3. Chapter 4, good short description of the male main characters. Exciting. What did I write? I don't even know what I wrote here. Good short description of the male main characters exciting during the ball and Eris escape. I don't really know why I wrote it like that way. I don't remember reading a mention of him being able to scent people. Now I know he said he could. Oh, no, I don't understand this what I wrote here. That'll happen sometimes. Chapter 5, the author is really good with adding detail, even during interesting scenes. It flows very smoothly. So this is just a comment about her writing style, which I enjoyed. There was nothing that really threw me off that I can think of at the moment, but we'll see with these comments. Chapter 6, Tarn's chapters are really short so far. Unsure why, but they don't disappoint. In fact, they really don't. Chapter 7, though the chapters of Tarn... No, I already said that. Chapter 8. There we go, Chapter 8. I'm unsure how I feel that the two were so easy to open up a bit to each other when they were locked together. Even though they kept secrets from each other, I think I wrote this because I felt like it was just too much information a little too fast. Like they just no need. One kidnapped the other, and they were opening up. Chapter 9, solid chapter. My one question is, why does the Queen Prince think she attempted an escape? From the perspective of a reader, it seems she was kidnapped during the explosion during the ball commotion. And I don't know if it really does explain this that much. Like, did they... I can't think off the top of my head of her captors, whatever names, but like I think I was thinking like, why didn't they think she was kidnapped instead of they just instantly went to she was running away. I don't know if that question was ever answered in the book, but I know some of their motives. I don't know. Moving on. Chapter 10, really easy one. Who is the vulture? Which I kind of stopped asking throughout the book. I just made the vulture as in a person itself. So I stopped questioning who it was. It was just the vulture. But we'll talk about that one later. Chapter 11, mention of a gold feather in Taran's dream. Could it be a phoenix feather? I think I was just going off something. Guessing ahead, you know what I'm saying? Chapter 12, make sure my mic's still on. Okay, good. Chapter 12, the first time the two were able to talk without being in trouble or at each other's throats. It wasn't a bad first peaceful interaction. I don't quite remember the conversation. Moving on. Chapter 13, I can clearly tell that the second act of the story has started. It feels a lot slower than what previously happened because now we're moving into new territory that the author is guiding us in. So now we finished the first act. The exciting parts happened. Now it's time for more. I don't want to say slow, but more world building, character building kind of area of the book, especially in the first book, which she does very well. Moving on. Chapter 14. Like before the story is... Oh boy, I wrote this weird. Like before the story is now moving slower than before. Oh, I don't know why I wrote this. But the author is keeping it interesting with small bits of world building about the characters. Okay, so I kind of just said that in my previous comment. Wow, I don't know why I write like this when I'm just going off the top of my head. Chapter 15. Unsure if it was just me or the book, but I kept unfocusing while reading this chapter. But near the end, I'm wondering if Eris can take other people in her dream walking, and we're only think Taran is a dream walker. Oh, we are only to think Taran is a dream walker, as in the reader. Okay, so yeah, this is the first time Taran was dream walking, and I think I connected right away that he was only dream walking because of her. Okay. And I think I was reading this about around the time I was actually like working a lot too, so that's why I was unfocusing. Chapter 16. I think my previous assumptions might be right that she is bringing him into her dream walking trips. And I said, "Ooh, there's some spicy tension." I don't remember that. Chapter 17. I find it very uncharacteristic of Taran. Sorry if I am saying these wrong. Taran to suddenly be a man of academics. I feel like it completely flopped from what we're used to. Oh, okay. So then he got really interested in, what was it, the stars, the solar system, how things work. It was like a full 5 pages of him talking about it, and then I feel like it doesn't come up again in the book. So it was like complete flop from his character, but it was a nice little. I think it would have been a little bit better if it was just a tiny thing that when he was younger he was really interested in stuff, but it sounded like he was still doing it. I don't know, and then it doesn't really come up again later. Where am I now? Chapter 17, chapter 18. Sometimes you need to trust the author. As a writer myself, I question every detail. For example, in this it said she saw Taran do a gesture, but also said it was pitch black. A couple pages later, she explained why Eris could see Taran. Okay. So, like I said, when I read that part, Taran did a gesture, even though the author said it was pitch black. And I don't want to say she corrected herself, but she filled in that question. It's like she knew she made it, not really a plot hole, but a tiny plot hole, and then fixed it later, which was very clever in the way she did that too. Chapter 19, curious to know why Eris wanted Taran dead. Was this actually ever answered? Did Eris ever actually know? No, do we know that Eris knew? about like the godling. Is that what we call it? What called them? I'm sorry, I can't remember that. Now I'm curious. Chapter 20. The author has stated she took inspiration from The Last Airbender. I'm curious if Eris is like the Avatar in the dream Taran was walking, showed the start of the Avatar line. This does get answered later on, yeah. Chapter 21. No comment for this chapter. Hard to pay attention, but also the kids were watching TV. Yeah, I think I was trying to read this when the kids were watching TV. Yep. So I don't remember what happened. Chapter 22. At the beginning of the chapter, it says Taran and Raiden? Did that autocorrect, or was that right? Went to this establishment frequently. I felt like Taran wouldn't have come here because of that reason. Felt out of character as he was trying to stay safe and unseen, but I can see why, so that Raiden could instill attention and timeline for Taran's motives. So yeah, like, since he was being hidden, I feel like he should not have gone to somewhere he frequented a lot before, but I can see why she had him go there to throw Raiden in the mix and make tension. Chapter 23. I enjoyed the lengthy backstory from Taran, both with his own words and the memory dream. The slow burn is very rewarding so far in the story. Chapter 24. At the start, I thought the Vulture was more threatening, but he seems to be less of a threat as Eric's has taken the role as the antagonist. See, we'll talk about this in a second. Chapter 25. I don't feel the connection with Raiden as I feel like I should. It states they're best friends, but I don't feel that. The encounter with Eric's was tense, but it felt like it should have been more grandier? I don't know. Is that the word? That's funny. I think I was wrong in the last chapter thinking Eric's was the antagonist. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. Was this when Eric's died? Yeah, it was. Okay. Chapter 26. This chapter feels like a good close to Act 2, ? It still hides some mystery between the characters, but also opens up to the new world of Rune. So now we're past the essential world building, even though we're still world building, because I mean it is longer than one book, so there's a lot of things we need to do. Chapter 27. Good intro to the next part of the story. Some revelations about her power. Chapter 28. As the characters do, I suspect the king. As the characters do what? Oh yeah, I suspect the king. We'll see where this goes. Okay. A lot of these next comments got a lot shorter. I don't know why. Chapter 21. Ooh, real name drop. I'm expecting Taran's real name dropped. The setting seems off to me for some reason. I can't place it. I don't remember why I wrote that. Chapter 30. Coming back from a break. It was hard to see. Yeah, I think it was a work thing, and I had stopped reading for like 5-6 days. It was hard to see that Taran lied to her when all he did was withheld information. Is that still lying? Perhaps. Because Taran knew his full name, but just never told her. Chapter 31. A good chapter to see the change that Taran has made since the first chapter. His character growth is noticeable. Chapter 32. I think the ending of this chapter should have been dived into more. It stated they talked and made promises, but I would have liked to have read that conversation. Okay, I do remember this. I remember reading it and thinking. I don't remember exactly what it said. I think this was on their... was this on the beach? And the author just wrote, they talked for hours, sharing secrets and stuff like that. I think she wrote that in there. She wrote it like kind of like that, and that bothered me. I think that bothered me actually more as a reader than a writer, because it's like, what did they talk about? Okay. Chapter 33. I am curious on how the Vulture plans on getting to Rune if there is a barrier. I think this was explained. Wait, it wasn't the Vulture, was the Godling too, right? So she was able to pass? Is that why they were able to pass? Or was it the knife? Shoot, I don't know anymore. Chapter 34. I'm not sure how I feel about this. The story so far was making me feel that Taran wanted to be with Eris. Now he's saying it's not possible to love her. Okay, the next chapter kind of talks about this. Chapter 35. I can understand a little better now why Tarn is acting the way he is. It's not a matter of choice between them now, but destiny for them to get together. So like are they forced to be together because of destiny in their past? Like they don't have a choice in the matter. Chapter 36. I'm really curious on the Vulture's goals. Why does he want to rule the world? What drives him? Notice how you said him. I assumed. Chapter 37. I wish the first half of chapter was in Tarn's point of view and the second in Eris. I want to know Tarn's sudden change. I thought it was because of Roz dancing with her, but he made the jewelry beforehand. So I think this was because they fought a lot. Yeah. There's a moment I want to know in Tarn's point of view. When they fought in the street. And then to the dance ball ceremony. You know what I mean? I want to know what happened in Tarn's head in between that. That's what I want to know. Anyways. Chapter 38. I knew someone would betray them. Figured it'd be Roz, but I forgot that he mentioned his mom had different plans for the future than he did. Yes, I thought Roz was going to do it, but there was foreshadowing. Chapters ahead, behind, chapters before, where he said his mom and him had different views for the future of Rune. I didn't catch that. So, good on the author. Chapter 39. I am curious at this point if the Vulture is pretending to be Arzel right now. No comment. Chapter 40. I'm unsure how I felt about the beginning of this chapter, but the ending of it made me quite excited for the rest. I won't lie to you. Don't know what happened. Chapter 41. I wasn't expecting Mirana to be the Vulture, which is Arzel's brother and Eris's, well, not really best friend anymore, but maybe because I had forgotten who Mirana was since she hadn't been mentioned for a while. I'm not sure how I feel about the climax, what happened to Roz's mother. Yeah, I don't remember what, because was Roz's mother there when Arzel was going to kill Eris? And then Mirana, I feel like she needed a bigger part in the story for me to have remembered her. Like, it was shocking to an extent of like, oh, this is the Vulture. But I didn't feel like the emotional pull. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? I hope that explained it. Chapter 42. Short, not horrible. Gives enough to the reader to know where they are before leaving us wondering. I don't have a comment for that. Epilogue. Interesting to see what they see that they keep Eris's mother in the same castle as her all these years. That was a good twist. I like that. I wasn't expecting it. But why would I? I thought the mother was dead. Yeah. Alright. Moving on to final thoughts. I didn't want to mention... final thoughts I didn't want to mention at the beginning of the review of the book. Why did I write the book? Review. Like I said, I am not a smart reader, so my comment might be invalid. But the slow burn was really good, but I don't think it was as rewarding as I was hoping for. I was expecting something more, but also the way the deeper story explained how a full quote-unquote reward would change them entirely. So I can see why the author kept it minimal. Yeah, we'll use that. There were some moments where I couldn't follow Tarn's emotions or thoughts. I think I explained that kind of in my comments. I kept pausing, wondering why he did something after thinking I knew him from reading the story. There were moments where she fixed this a page or two later, which was very well written. Overall, great story, and I am invested in the deeper story that she has underneath the layers. She has a lot of layers to the story, and I'm excited to read more. I'm excited to see where it goes. As I said before, the details to her, Samantha Nell's information will be below in the details, along with the link to the Amazon page. Please go, support her, check out the book. It's on Kindle. Read it, love it, enjoy it. Buy it, buy two, why not? Also, please like and subscribe here, and we'll catch you next time. Deuces.